Patrick Sellers, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
It's very important that we do this interview with you today for the citizens of Freeport Township who need to get to know who Patrick Sellers is.
Right.
Let me just begin by asking you, who is Patrick Sellers?
Patrick Sellers is a concerned citizen of Freeport. I've been here all my life. I've watched the city deteriorate. I've watched a whole bunch of things that are not good for this city. And I love the city of Freeport. I love my family very much. I love the city of Freeport very much. I was a basketball player back in 1990 in the 90s and stuff, so people probably remember me from there.
And where did you go to school at?
I went to school at Taylor Park Elementary School. Then I went through the proper channels of going to Carl Sandburg, then to Freeport Junior High, then to Freeport High School. So I'm a Freeport native all the way. I'm a pretzel. Go
Yes,
Pretzels.
sir. Now, where'd you go to college at?
I went to Indian Hills Community College first, and then I transferred over to Columbia College.
And you got a degree at Columbia.
Yes, I did.
What was your degree in at Columbia?
Business Administration.
Business Administration. Very good. Now, I understand you've been working at the Freeport School District. How long have you been with them?
I've been with the school district for 8 years. Now, for 4 of those years, I've been a family resource coordinator at Black Hawk School.
How does your position as Family Resource Coordinator prepare you to be Freeport Township Supervisor?
In many different ways. When I first got there as a resource coordinator at Black Hawk, the principal immediately made me the chairman of the Partnerships Committee. And Partnerships Committee is just that. We build partnerships with community agencies and churches. So I have a lot of connections with a lot of agencies like the Health Department, Northwest Community Action, the FACC, the library, the Boys and Girls Club, the Housing Authority, and agencies like that. I've been able to forge partnerships with them. And taking those partnerships with me into the supervisor position is going to make that road a lot smoother when it comes to collaboration.
For the voters of Freeport, tell us why you're running for Freeport Township Supervisor.
I'm running for Township Supervisor to reform the agency from the inside out. It needs reform. It needs a new direction. It needs new guidance and new leadership. Because I believe in empowerment, not entitlement. I believe that Township should get people to the point of self-sufficiency, then hold them accountable for their own self-sufficiency. Okay? I believe that reform is needed at Freeport Township, and that's why I'm running.
What are some of the most important issues facing Freeport Township today?
Well, I feel the top issue would be transparency. People not knowing what's going on at the organization. The second thing would be budgeting issues. Because things aren't quite right down there right now as far as budgeting goes, and people don't know anything about the budget. It's not being shared. It's not being posted anywhere, so people want to know.
There's been a lot of controversy around this township pay gate, where Supervisor Hooper received pay advances as far back as 2007. Wasn't there a Senate bill created to stop this?
Yes, there was. Senate Bill 3324. Senator Tim Bivens and Representative Jim Sasha brought this bill forward, and it was passed because of what was going on at Freeport Township.
There has been a controversy recently about Supervisor Hooper purchasing a building and paying nearly $125,000 more than the building is worth. Would you like to comment on that?
I really don't understand how that came about, how you can spend that excess amount of money on a building that was appraised for $125,000 less. That's beyond me. It's very unfortunate for the taxpayers that happened, because that money that they spent over could have been used to expand services in another area. But now that money is gone.
The board didn't stop this. Is the board accountable as well?
Yes. Yes, they are. Since I'm a stickler for accountability, absolutely, they're accountable.
Why do you feel we need to create a community advisory board to work with Freeport Township?
I believe you need to be in tune with the community that you're serving. You need to be, and the best way to do that is to have a board that's made up of people that you are serving, because they can let you know, A, how they're being treated when they come down to the township. B, do they feel themselves becoming more empowered by the services that you are providing?
Then you would collaborate more with the community than what the township is doing at this time.
Yes. That's what I think is very important, that you have a good relationship with the community because you're serving the community.
Well, speaking of community, in a recent article in the Journal Standard, Supervisor Hooper wanted another term to foster a partnership with the Veterans Assistance Commission of Stevens County. Would you comment on that, why we need to foster this partnership?
Now, both these entities have been in the same building for 6 years. Now, I'm a little confused behind this because if you've been in the building with the same organization for 6 years, what relationships or partnerships can there be, need to be fostered now? I mean, you've known each other for 6 years.
Hooper also states that she wants another term to guide the development of a job training program at the same building with both agencies share.
Again, I'm confused. Because like I said before, you've been together for 6 years. And there has not been any new job training program for 10 years. It doesn't take that long a time to get anything done. Now, if I'm elected as township supervisor, I would look at different programs and get those programs implemented and start fresh. We need a new, fresh start at Freeport Township, especially in our job training department.
Supervisor Hooper wants another term to establish a senior service program, which apparently was pushed through at the last minute in the 11th hour. What are your thoughts about this?
Do I approve of the senior referendum? Absolutely, and I'm sure I'll vote for it on April 9th. My problem I have with it is just what you said. It wasn't vetted. It was pushed through at the 11th hour. No one even knew about this thing coming into existence until 1 week before it was time for it to be put on the ballot. It's bad politics because you have to think things through, and this was not thought through. It wasn't presented to the public. It wasn't presented to the seniors. It didn't go through the proper channels. Now, let's go back to something else. We just talked about $125,000 that we overspent for this building. Okay, you put the $125,000 back into the budget. You don't need seniors. You don't need a referendum for a seniors program because you have money already there to expand.
What do you think is the first step to getting Freeport Township back on track?
The first step is regaining the trust of the community, and you do that through transparency. You do that by opening up the books. You do that by having a full forensic audit and letting the people see where the money has been going and where the money is going. That's how. As we all know, taxpayers pay the bills at Township. It comes out of your pocket, comes out of my pocket. Any person that pays any property taxes, it comes out of their pocket. So if the people who are paying the bills can't trust the ones who are the overseers of their money, then what do you have? What you got is a mess. That's what you have. So trust is a very, very key issue. In order to move your agency forward, you have to have the trust of the community. With the trust comes the support. The community supports what you're doing. They believe in your mission. They believe in your goals. They believe in reform. That's where it comes from. Trust is key.
What reforms and changes would you make at Freeport Township when elected? Just give me maybe your top 5.
My top 5. My first reform would be integrity. We have to get integrity back into the organization. We have to. And you do that by treating every person that walks through your doors as a human being and not as just a number or not as just somebody coming in their bag. And no, you treat a person like a person. That's how you get integrity back into the organization. Okay? The second thing that I think is important is, again, transparency. Opening up the books, letting folks know where their money is going. You shouldn't have to FOIA for everything. Everything should be on a website so you can just go there and get it and see it. You know, there really should be no need for a FOIA because everything down there that's in Township owned by the public anyway. It's owned by the taxpayers. So they can see anything that they want to see. I mean, Do you have to FOIA to see your own mail? No, you don't. So why should you have to FOIA to see information that you should be privy to anyway? Okay? So now I'm going to go on to accountability. Accountability, holding everyone accountable, not just the clients, everyone, even the people who work in township, all of us, the board, myself, anyone who receives funds from township is going to be held accountable. Collaboration is next. Collaborating with community organizations. Willful collaboration. Willful means there's a meeting of the minds. You meet with this organization and you guys come together, you guys collaborate to do something good for the citizens of Freeport.
Patrick, thank you again for coming in and answering these questions for the voters of Freeport, Illinois. We wish you well on April 9th.
Thank you very much. Voters of Freeport, we've reached a proverbial fork in the road. One road leads to reform, the other road leads to politics as usual in Freeport, which we can no longer afford. So on April 9th, 2013, I ask that you vote for reform. I ask that you vote for Patrick Sellers for Freeport Township Supervisor. And let's get this thing done. Thank you.